March is Women's History Month, so we wanted to highlight women in business here in Connecticut. And we're happy to have the owner of Leaps and Bones operating 3 different locations here in our state. Amy Kinkle, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate your time. All right, talk about Leaps and Bones. First off, for anyone who's not familiar, what it is and where you are.
Yes, we are a dog bakery and retail store. We have 3 locations here in Connecticut. Our primary location is in South Windsor, and we just opened our dog barkery in Manchester, and then we also have Leaps and Bones 2 in Southington as well, which is our fun store right on the trails, walking trails in Southington as well. So we have a little bit of everything within the Leaps and Bones family. So the dog barkery was our baby, and that's kind of where we started with our baking of our treats, and the business just bloomed.
Well, that is great news. Now, part of Women's Business Wednesday, we want to talk to women business owners about what it's been like, you know, the struggles, sharing your experience with other female entrepreneurs. What advice would you give folks out there, specifically women?
I would say it's a roller coaster ride. Be prepared for it. I always tell people if you're thinking of going into business, it's a challenge. It's long hours. It's definitely a struggle. And even though you think you're prepared every single day for that roller coaster ride, there's some days that are going to be more challenging than others. So there's goods and bads though. The roller coaster, as I said, there's always the way up. There's always a ride down. Enjoy everything there is in entrepreneurship. And the hardest part is just knowing what hat to put on every single day. You think you're going in with, we're going to go do retail, we're going to set up this floor displays, and computers go down. You have last minute call outs with staffing. There's so many different sides of being an owner that we don't always take into consideration, that you have to know everything about pretty much everything. Your IT, your accounting, your financing, your projecting budgets, and that's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, well, Leaps and Bones has been around. It's 15 years in the making now. Bring us back to the point where you started and you said, you know what, I'm going to do this. And I have to imagine you were intimidated, not just because you were opening a business, but also because you were a woman.
Yes, and it was challenging going in and trying to get financing at the banks, trying to sell ourselves is really what it boiled down to. It's hard to sell yourself as a woman going in and saying, you know, I have the financing, I am able to do this. And they look at you and say, no, I don't think you're ready for this yet. And you need to have more. And it just time and time again. So we decided to self-finance and just went in and took the plunge.
So you found your own way.
So yes. Yeah. And ultimately, you know, over time, as we've developed over the years, it's easier to go in and get financing. It's easier. And I think more doors are open now, and there's more resources now available for women entrepreneurs than there were 15 years ago. But it's still challenging, needless to say.
Yeah, I have to imagine. But I have to imagine also the more women-owned businesses there are, the more doors that open down the road for other women business owners.
Correct. And I think women business owners tend to lean on each other a lot. And I think that's a great thing, because being able to lean or have a call or someone that you can phone and say, I have a question about this is so helpful in the big scheme of things and trying to run a business. I know we have wonderful people that we lean on, that we've developed relationships with over the years. And whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, it's nice to be able to have somebody that you can talk to and who understands the struggles with other business owners as well.
Right. How would you advocate for other women business owners?
I just say, you know, I've had people ask me, and I said, you know, if you're thinking of doing it, it's kind of, you just have to go in with a leap of faith and hold strong to your own will and knowing what you're going to be selling or what you're going to be doing. You have to have a mission statement that you're going in with and stick to that mission statement. More than anything else is your heart and soul have to be in what you're doing. And if you have your heart and soul in it, everything else will come around as well.
Now, you did mention supporting other women business and other women business owners. I think that's really key, and it's something that I think women business owners are more in touch with, as far as opening the doors, as far as going out of their way to help and to share stories and to be encouraging.
Oh, definitely. And being able to, you know, if I'm buying new toys or I'm buying something to bring into the store, if it's another woman-owned business, I may be more apt to purchase from them because I understand what it's like starting that struggle off. It's not an easy struggle to begin with, and I think so continuing to support those women-owned business, and it's becoming a big thing, is to have those
Absolutely.
support foundations to work from.
Yeah, finding out who owns the business.
Exactly.
Finding out about their story.
Exactly.
Right? And then also, I have to imagine sharing it with your friends, your family on social media. That has to help a lot.
Everywhere that you can share it. And the more that you build your brand and stick loyal to your brand, the more that people will also be loyal to you and your business. And that's a big part of it as well, is having those loyal people that are going to come back and support you because they understand where your mission is going and they want to see that come to fruition.
Well, absolutely. It's showing with your support of all of your loyal viewers or your all followers. Again, your main location, South Windsor, also in Manchester, and your third?
Southington.
Southington. All right. Well, Amy, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you very much for having us.
We appreciate having you on here and sharing the stories and speaking to other women out there who are hoping to do something very similar.
Thank you very much.
World. Matt, over to you.